Hey everybody, today is Easter Sunday. I mean, hopefully. I don't know if I got this video out on time, but before we start anything, let's say a quick prayer. Dear God, thank you for all the blessings you gave me and the watcher of this video. Please forgive us our sins and please guide us to whatever we are looking for. Amen. Alright, today we're going to be talking about the craziest Easter traditions. As we did like Christmas, now we're talking about Easter. Around the world, there's some pretty wacky shit, so let's just like gut right into it. I'm tired of the intros. Let's go. Okay, first one is gonna be whipping women with willow branches. What a bunch of sigma. On Easter Monday, men lightly whip women's legs with these like braided willow branches things. But basically, it's to give them health and beauty, and in return, the women like basically like pour water on them or like gift them eggs. The whole thing is pretty like passive aggressive because like if you're whipping someone, like first of all that's painful and no one really wants to get whipped unless you're on some like freaky shit. But it's like okay, so the woman you're whipping is probably like sick and ugly since it's, you know, you're trying to give health and beauty. So I don't know, man. Like I don't know if the whipping is being like you maybe try and show us a little bit more skin a little bit, but like I don't know. I think that it's kind of wild. You know, people are gonna do what they're gonna do. So that's number one. All right, number two is Guatemala, where for Easter every year they basically spend hours and hours creating these sawdust carpets, which are like filled with like vibrant colors, different like fruits and stuff, and it takes a while to make, right? And what do they do after that? They walk over them and destroy them. Hours to make, seconds to fucking destroy. I don't know what the whole deal is, but like, can you imagine? Imagine like the first time this tradition happened. I bet it was not even like a tradition. I bet it was just some dude was trying to like make something for Easter. He was trying to make a very intricate design on the floor for whatever reason, and some asshole just walked right through it. And everyone was like, "Oh, that's kind of funny. Let's do that every year and make it a tradition." And the guy's just sitting there like, "Hey!" But yeah, that's the Guatemalan tradition of Easter. Destroying hard work. Number three, France. Okay. I know we all don't fuck with France, aside from that one experience we had in high school abroad with that like bad bitch. But basically what France does is they create a giant omelet, which is kind of sick actually. Sick in the no way that it's kind of disgusting because they do it outside and they use 15,000 like eggs, and I'm like sure that there's like flies and shit and particulate matter flying into the omelet, like completely ruining everything. But you know, it's like it feeds 1,000 people. It commemorates that one time that, you know, Napoleon, the little short guy there, he had an omelet so delicious he wanted to give it to his entire army. So I guess they made like an egg, like they got a bunch of eggs and they made it for the army. I don't know how this story goes. Basically, Napoleon did some shit, and now France makes a giant omelet for Easter every year. So, that's kind of cool. A little bit of a waste of food, but you know, it's not a waste of food. People are fucking eating it. You know, never mind. I take that back. Up next, we have Hungary, where basically the tradition is messing with women a little bit more. I mean, I don't know what it is with Easter and like fucking around with women, but you know, I guess some countries are just like that. But anyway, basically you sprinkle women with perfume or water, which again, I mean, that's one way to tell a bitch she stank. Basically, the Hungarians recite poems and sprinkle women with perfume or water, and apparently it was a pagan fertility rite. Nowadays, it's just a social event. Although, like, some dudes like take it like crazy far, dumping like complete like garbage cans and buckets of water on these poor girls' heads. And yeah, that's hungry. I'm kind of hungry, but I'm not gonna eat until this is over. At number 5, we have Sweden. Now, Sweden basically does Halloween in spring. Okay, so Swedish people basically do this. The kids dress up as Easter witches, also known as Paskaridigar. Also known as Paskaridigar. I don't fucking know, man. They just basically just dress up in old clothes, paint their cheeks, and go door to door exchanging drawings for candy. So it's basically Halloween. I don't know why anyone would decide to like wear some mystical costume more than like once a year. It'd have to be really weird, you know? Now the people of Sweden dress up as witches for Easter, but number 6 is basically the exact opposite because the people of Finland burn like giant bonfires to ward off witches. So, yeah, basically the Finnish people light Easter bonfires to chase away evil spirits based on old beliefs that witches roam around during Easter weekend. Which, yeah, they do, but they ask for candy, not for your soul or whatever, or your fucking ear for like a mystical potion or some shit, bro. But yeah, let's just like try and keep the Finnish and the Swedes away from each other, or like a couple people might end up burnt. You know, given candy. Like, no, it's good. Yeah, it's cool. Alright, number 7, we got Papua New Guinea. The goats with their cigarette trees. Their Easter cigarette trees. Oh my god. Give me a cigarette tree. Please, Lord, let me get a cigarette tree. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? Okay, I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't. But, they make entire trees out of, like, cigarettes, bro. They decorate them with tobacco instead of eggs or flowers, and they're handed out to congregants of the church. So, like, you might just be chilling at mass one day, and you get handed, like, a whole thing of cigarettes, man. Can you imagine that? For free? Look at the prices these days. Oh, I mean, again, I do not smoke cigarettes, but it'd be like 14 for a pack. But again, I do not smoke cigarettes. Bad for your lungs. Don't do that. But yeah, Papua New Guinea, the goats, for the cigarette trees. Alright, for number 8, we have Peru. And what Peru does is kind of interesting. You know that guy Judas, you know, he betrayed Jesus for like, what, $2.50 and some weed stems? They make little, like, dolls of him, little effigies, and they burn his ass. Burn Judas, for whatever reason. I can't think of a single reason why, but yeah, they make these life-size dolls representing Judas, who's like a very, or sometimes even like unpopular politicians, and they burn them in public. Very fiery. It's very brutal, but yeah, it's basically supposed to represent the cleansing of corruption and, you know, jackasses. So, yeah. Judas, if you ain't burning enough down there, then we'll burn you here too. Alright, number 9. Almost done. We have Lebanon. Lebanon's actually kind of, it's kind of cool. No, I mean, I'm sure it is cool as a place, but I'm not talking about how it's cool as a place. I'm talking about the tradition. Seems pretty fun. I might try it if I get my hands on some hard-boiled eggs. But basically the whole tradition is that like kids and their friends would go out and they get their little Easter eggs hard-boiled, and they would tap them against their friends' eggs. You know, they would like tap them against their friends, and it would be a little competition, like Pokemon almost, where whoever's egg cracks first loses. So, yeah, just a little small tradition there. It's just a little competitive fun, you know. It's like a game. It's like a game. It's kind of Pokemon-ish. I kind of fuck with that. Lebanon, they know what's up. They know what's up. I wish I thought about that before I aged out of Easter egg hunts or whatever. Alright, so number 10, have one that all Americans kinda know-ish. But a tradition since 1878, it's the Easter egg roll. It's pretty gay. So basically what happens is that kids get these hard-boiled eggs, they decorate them, and they roll them across the White House lawn. And that's it. I guess like They'll play music. There's characters, little costume characters like the Easter Bunny, I guess, right? That's the only character out there. First Lady and the President are always present, and it takes like 30,000 goddamn eggs. And they're just wasted, like rolled across the lawn. You know, Americans, of course, they'd find a way to waste the food. At least the fucking French, at least they made an omelet for everyone to eat, bro. But like, damn. But yeah, it's a waste of food, and President Trump was suggested to do this challenge with like plastic eggs instead, because there's a egg shortage because there's a fucking bird flu right now. But he decided, nah, fuck it. We're using the real eggs, which I'd say is kind of fair. I do not fuck with Trump at all. But I'd say it's fair because literally they've done it every single fucking year since 1878. So it's fine. It's fine. We'll live. Okay. But yeah, definitely a massive waste of food and money. The farmers are supposed to like donate them or something. I hope the farmers fail because they lost 30,000 eggs. Yeah. I remember seeing on the news, it was this farmer that was talking about, oh my god, it's a tradition, blah blah blah, Trump should be allowed to use the eggs, blah blah blah. And you want to know how many eggs he donated? Zero. Republicans are hypocrites, every last one of them.
The like point is larger. The point is larger than that, Charlie. I live like a capitalist every single day, Shank. I live as a capitalist, okay? I live when I believe. No. What do? I get charity every single year. Hold on. What's my salary? Hold on. Less than his.
Charlie, take a seat.
Come on, Shank, let's go.
Charlie,
what are you doing?
Take a seat. Take a seat.
Psycho?
All right, no. Take a seat. You're going to take a seat. You're going to take a seat over here.
Oh, my God. What's my salary?
All right.
Ridiculous. All right, behave, everyone. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Anyway, that's going to be all for the Strange Easter Traditions list. And, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And stay scheming or keep dreaming. Happy Easter.
He is not here. He has risen. Remember how he told you, while he was still with you in Gilead, the Son of Man must be delivered into the hands of sinful men, be crucified on the third day, and be risen again. Luke chapter 24, verse 6.